We also have Ripple versus SEC. The next big event is on April 6th. The motions to seal are just a sideshow. This is coming from what Jeremy Hogan thinks. Both parties are currently arguing about an issue that will probably not really be decisive for the outcome of the case, says Hogan. After Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn granted Ripple's motion to temporarily seal 4 documents on March 31st, she ordered Ripple and the SEC to agree on redactions by April 2nd. As the latest court document revealed, both parties managed to agree on redactions to 2 email communications. Ripple's legal team explained that no agreement was reached on the other 2 documents. These concern personal financial information of Chris Larsen. On the other hand, sensitive information regarding the initial distribution of XRP, including information gleaned from discussion with the counsel, on the other. Jeremy Hogan summed up that the documents are merely a sideshow and pointed out the next big event will take place on Tuesday, April 6th. So that is tomorrow. In SEC versus Ripple, this is Hogan, there has been a lot of activity regarding motions to seal documents and some other minor disclosure issues. One should not lose sight of the forest for the trees. These motions are not critical to the case. The next big event is the April 6th hearing. It is difficult to comment on the arguments about the motions to seal the Ripple documents because the public does not know what is in the documents. But what I can say for sure is that Ripple does not want the public to see them, he said. Is the fight becoming personal for the SEC, or does the SEC believe that there are PR issues at play here? This probably won't affect the case directly, but a letter from a securities lawyer to Ripple saying it will likely get sued and subject employees and business partners to litigation is not good PR for Ripple, even if it was 9 years ago. He says, I wonder if the SEC truly believes Ripple is violating the law. Why didn't it move for a preliminary injunction? They certainly have done so in other cases. The standard is one of substantial likelihood of success. Perhaps the SEC doesn't have the facts and believes it will procure the facts through discovery, or perhaps it's worried about the substantial nature of the bond and damages it would have to pay if it lost. In any case, the failure to file for a prelim injunction is not a sign of SEC strength. So according to Hogan, we could see the SEC, not really having much left in the tank, right? Coming from a place of weakness rather than a place of strength, which is great for Ripple in terms of winning this case. Now, I also want to play for you guys a clip. This was Brad Garlinghouse, who was speaking with Julia Chatterley on CNN a few days ago. He thanks her for having him on the show and says, still amazing to think that when we first talked, crypto was about 200 billion market cap, and here we are at 2 trillion. In this interview, Brad Garlinghouse talks about how he doesn't think Bitcoin is going away, and he says the whole cryptocurrency industry is not going anywhere either. However, he does draw some comparisons between environmental issues and Ethereum, and overall, this is just a really good clip. So I'm going to play this for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you tap the like and subscribe if you like daily crypto videos. And with that said, check out this clip.
Someone in the industry said to me this week, Bitcoin is too big to fail. The regulators can come in and mount an attack, but they'll fail. But where they perhaps could create waves is that they can take regulated businesses and say, you can't mess with this anymore. You have to separate yourselves. How do you see this playing out? Do you think mounting an attack from regulators is likely? And if so, why would it come?
I think Bitcoin is certainly here to stay. I mean, you're now talking about the crypto industry, which, you and I probably first started talking about the crypto industry together when it was maybe $100 to $200 billion market.
Yes.
Say it's 10x that, really $2 trillion. And, whether we characterize it as too big to fail or not, I think at the end of the day, we should focus on, are we solving real problems with these technologies? If it's just speculation and it's just speculative hype, that will not sustain. But Bitcoin's solving a real problem. There's no question about that. And that's a store of value. Now, Bitcoin has not served what some thought might be the case in solving a payments problem. When you use proof of work or mining to validate transactions, that consumes a massive amount of energy. Bill Gates was recently quoted as saying that Bitcoin transactions are the least efficient payment transaction that man has ever created. And that doesn't mean that Bitcoin goes away. In fact, I believe Bitcoin will be very successful. It's the reason why we at Ripple are using XRP. It's about 100,000 times more efficient on a per transaction basis in terms of energy costs, speed of transaction. It's a much more efficient for something like a payment.
It's interesting because people are just starting to talk about this and recognize the sustainability questions, particularly as companies like Tesla, for example, PayPal, companies that have huge or relative degrees of commitment to sustainability are investing in something that's considered, environmentally incredibly costly. My interest in this sort of pertains to the role that these individual currencies play, whether it's Bitcoin or Ether or XRP, in the sort of future development and changes that we see in the financial sector. Do these issues, like the environmental costs and the relative costs, hold these digital assets back?
Look, the way I think about this is the industry needs to come together. And I think that if we want to see these technologies have the impact we think they can have in really revolutionizing how the financial systems work, not just in payments, but in maybe insurance or security settlement. There's a whole bunch of transactions that blockchain can make more efficient for consumers, for businesses. But I think we need to acknowledge that sometimes version 1 of technologies need to be iterated, and certainly the power consumption associated with proof of work as a validation. And I think I give credit to the Ethereum community, which has been putting a lot of effort into transitioning off of a proof of work into what you, I'm sure, are very familiar with, proof of stake. So I think things like that will allow those technologies to scale into the future and to serve customers effectively, but not acknowledging that power and carbon footprint are real issues, I think it could limit the success of these technologies.
Yeah, don't be a denier, accept it and work out how we raise efficiency or what the utility value is relative to the cost. Brad, very quickly, exactly. I know you are a Bitcoin investor. Do you think Bitcoin's too big to fail? I think Bitcoin is not going away, that is for sure. I think the whole crypto industry is not going away. So yes, the answer is yes.
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip and you want to see the entire video, check the first link in the description. That link will link you back to the entire video that is posted on my main channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you like short and to the point videos on specific crypto topics. And if you want to see our full length videos and stay up to date with our daily shows, then make sure you go and subscribe to my main channel, The Digital Investor. If you guys could also do me a quick favor and tap the like button, it helps a ton for the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate all the support that you guys choose to give. And with that said, I will see you on the next video.